So if you're already a developer or just a beginner in the development career, up until now you may have seen many developers love the dark theme. This is because everyone was inspired from hacking just like me and then switched to the app development career. Anyways, that was just fun. So in this section, I'm gonna show you how you can create a switch themes in your Flutter application. And also, not only this, but the theme will also be persistent at the persistent storage of the device. Like if you restart your app, the theme will remain the same, the one you have selected before restarting your app. So we are going to build this small Flutter themes application in this section, where we have a simple home page with an app bar of text Flutter themes app, and in the center we have some text of play with themes, and in the action button of the app bar we have an settings button. If you click this will take you to the theme preferences page, and here we have the 4 buttons which has their specific color to switch between the themes. The first theme is light theme that is selected, and that has the primary switch of blue. Now if I select this dark theme, you can see the theme switch to the dark theme, and then also for the deep orange theme light, when I click this switch to the theme of deep orange light, and the same will be for the deep purple light, and also again the light theme of default blue color. But not only this, when you select this dark theme, now if I hot start the application, now the theme is supposed to be the initial theme that was the light theme, but you can see the theme is still the dark theme which we have selected before starting the app. So it means we have persist our theme in the persistent storage of the device while switching between the theme. Now like if I select this deep orange theme light and then again hot start the application, so if the application hot start, you can see the theme is still the theme of deep orange theme light, and the same will be for others. So how we have done this? First of all, here we used the BLoC for state management because we do not want our application's business logic to be mixed up with the UI code. And then for the persistent theme, we use the package of Share Preferences. This Share Preferences package in Flutter is a plugin for reading and writing persistent key value data on Android iOS devices, and it also provides simple and convenient way to store the data that can persist even after the app has been restarted. And you have also seen in the demo of the application, when you select one theme and restart the app, so the theme remains the same which we have selected before restarting the app. So that's what this Share Preferences package is doing. This Share Preference package supports various data types including strings, integer, booleans, and some other, and it has some get and set methods to store and retrieve the data from the persistent storage of the device. And this data is stored on the device in the platform specific manner. Like in the Android, it is stored in the Share Preferences file, and the same for the iOS, it is stored in the NS user defaults, like it is saying here in the metadata of this package in the pubdev site. So for Android, it is storing the data in the Share Preferences, and for the iOS, it is storing the data in the NS user defaults. And here it has also some documentation, so if you want to go at your own pace, you can also come in here in the pubdev and search for the Share Preferences, so you can also learn this by going at your own pace. So anyways, one more thing about this package is that is very useful for storing small amount of data that need to persist between the app launches, such as user preferences, app settings, theme data, which is what we are doing in this app. So we will be using the BLoC for state management solution to separate the business logic from the UI code, and we will be using the Share Preferences package to persist the theme in the persistent storage of the specific platform like Android and iOS. So now let's go to the main.dart and let's go for the get dependencies to get this dependency, and then go for creating these pages and also the theme settings. So by putting first thing first, let's go and design a simple UI for our theme application. But before this, we need one directory in here. So let's go and create a directory in the week2. So we will create one directory with the name of 20 theme, 20th section of week2, and that is the topic of theme. That's it. Now in here, inside this, we are going to use the BLoC for state management, and also there will be one directory for local to store some data locally in the persistent storage of the device. So inside this directory there will be a library of dark, and inside this there will be the logic of that. And next we are going to have preferences, where our preferences page will be located. Now let's go to the main.dart, and in here we have a simple scaffold app bar within some text of Flutter Themes app. So now in the body of the scaffold, we are going to have a center widget, and in the child property of the center, we are going to have some text of play with themes, and the style we simply set the font size 25. Now after this, simply how to start your application, and we got this play with themes in the center of our scaffold. Now next we want a button here in the app bar. For that we have the property of app bar, that is the actions property, which accepts the list of widgets. So inside this we will pass an icon button. The icon of the button will be the icon start settings, and when this button is clicked or pressed, this will navigate us to the page of theme preferences page, which is not created for now. So let's go and create this page. Inside the preferences directory, we will create one new dot file or a library, and we will name it theme preferences page. And inside this we are going to have a stateless widget, and also make sure you have import the flutter material.dart, as we are using the material design in our application. Now this is going to return one scaffold, and in the app bar property we simply pass the app bar class, and in the title property we pass the text widget theme preferences, and in the body property this is going to have a list view with the builder constructor, and in the item builder we simply pass the context of the build and the index of each item in the list view builder, and this is going to return a simple container, and its properties will be just like this: the margin from all sides, and the width will be double infinity, meaning that the max width horizontally and the height will be 50. And in the decoration we pass the box decoration, and inside this the border property will be set it to border from all sides with one color will be the black 54, meaning that some white shaded black. And for each of the container returned by the list view builder, its color will be by default blue. Later this color will come from the specific theme of the button, and you will see it after some while. And next the container child property will be center, and in the child property of the center widget we are going to have the text widget, and inside for now we pass the light theme, and later that will come from the list of class constant. So for now, just for creating the UI, this will be just like this. And also not forget to put the item count to 4 for now, and later this will come from the list length, and you will see it in a while, so this will become more clear to you. Now after this, simply go to the main.dart and import this theme preferences page in your main.dart. Now after this, simply how to start your application to reset everything, and let's try out and check this theme preferences page. So now when I click this theme preferences page, this will take us to the new page, and you can see we got the 4 buttons in here. And now in the theme preferences page, let's also put some padding in the list view builder, the symmetric constructor of the edge inserts class, and here inside we pass horizontally 10 and vertically 20. Now Ctrl S to hot reload, and we got some spacing around these buttons. So we have successfully created our UI just like this. So now let's go for creating some constants and a theme for our application. So now first of all, in the preferences page, we are going to create one dart file, and its name will be theme preferences. Now hit enter. So our theme preferences library or the dart class is created. Now inside this we are going to have one class, and its name will be themepref in short, and in the body of this class we are going to have some constants of the theme. So we got the light theme constant, dark theme constant, deep orange, and deep purple. And in your case, this can be any theme of your application, no matter. Here I choose the light theme, dark theme, deep orange, and deep purple, just for showing you how you can work with themes in your application in Flutter, and also how you can purchase the theme. You will see it after some while. So this would be the constant variables inside the themepref class, and that will be used for the light theme, dark theme, deep orange theme, and deep purple theme. And next here we are going to have one more thing, that will be one static list of themes, and it contains the theme constant in the same order we have here the variables. Like first we have the light theme, dark theme, deep orange theme light, deep purple theme light, and this will be list which will be mapped in here so that we will be able to show the names of them here in the list view builder. So that will be used for this purpose. To make this work for now, let's go to the theme preferences page, and here the item count comes from theme preferences, theme pref dot. First let's import this, and here simply access to the theme preferences list dot length. So it means we got the for length here according to this, and now we will create one single theme here. This will be final selected theme. I will name this variable selected theme, and this will be equal to theme preferences dot theme list according to the specific index. So it means we got every single theme in this selected theme. Now according to this, we will here put the name of the selected theme. Now after this, if I Ctrl S to reload, you can see we got light theme, dark theme, deep orange theme light, deep purple theme light, but their color will for now the blue, but this will become the specific color of the theme in a while. So for now this will be just like this, and that was the list inside the theme pref class, and that will be the constant which will be used for the themes. Now next in here we are going to have a final variable, and its name will be app theme data, and this will be a map object. In simple words, the key and value pairs, and inside this map we are going to have our first light theme. The key of the first light theme is coming from the theme preferences class if the key was the light theme, so its value will be theme data of the brightness light, and the same will be for the others, just like this. The first one is for the dark theme, actually this is the second one, and the third one is for the deep orange, and the fourth one is for the deep purple. Here we have the primary swatch. So what it means, in Flutter framework, the primary swatch is a property of the theme data class that specifies the primary color swatch to be used for a theme. A primary color swatch is predefined palette of colors that are meant to be used together, and this primary color swatch is also used as the default color for various widgets in Flutter app, such as the background color for the scaffold widgets, the color of the rest buttons, and the color of the text in app bar widgets. By defining a primary color swatch in the theme data class, you can ensure that your app has a consistent and cohesive colors theme. So that's why we have a primary swatch in here. So when this theme data is selected, so here will be the deep orange color of the app bar, and when we create some raised buttons or elevated button, their default color will be not blue, not dark, but this color will be deep orange if the theme data deep orange theme was selected. So that's what this primary swatch means in here. So that is a simple map variable that will be globally used in our simple application. Here on the constant which we have created in the theme preferences class, we are saying if the theme name was matched, so according to that we are going to have the theme data of the constant. Like if the light theme constant is selected, so the theme data will be light. If it's dark, so the theme data will be dark, meaning that the theme of our application will be dark. And the same for the both of them, deep orange and deep purple. So that was it for a simple app theme data map object and also the theme preferences class. Now next what we are going to do is to create the BLoC and start switching between the themes using this class and this map object. So now in here in the theme BLoC, we are going to create one directory of theme, and inside this theme we will create the BLoC class. Its equatable will be selected and its name will be theme. Now open this, we got three libraries, stat, event and BLoC. So in here in the stat, we are going to have one loaded stat of theme. So we will copy this initial theme and paste it right here and change its name to theme loaded. And when this theme loaded stat is emitted in the BLoC in this stream, so this is also going to accept the final theme data. This will give us the theme data so that we will pass it in the theme data of our material app. So simply this will change theme data of our app, and this will be theme data, and pass it in the constructor, make it named, make it required, and also pass it in the props class for the value equality. And now next, in the theme event, here we are going to have one event that will be triggered on the UI. That event will be the change theme event, and this is going to accept the string name, as we are going to have the constant names for our themes, and its type is string, like the light theme, dark theme, deep orange theme, and they're all strings. And here we have a simple string key, and its value is theme data, just like this. So that's why in the event there will also be change theme on the string name. So that name will be the key of this app theme data. So according to that key name, this will select the theme data and simply will pass it in the theme data of our material app, and simply will change the theme of our application. This will be clear to you more when you go for this real implementation. First of all, we are implementing BLoC, so for now this can be a bit abstract for you that how this will work. So stay in touch, this will become clear to you when you go to the main.dart and start playing with the theme data here of the application. So for now here, that will be the change theme event that will be triggered on the UI. Now in the BLoC, so here simply we need to change this theme to change theme event when this is triggered. So to do, implement the event handler. So inside this, we will simply do emit the stat, and that stat will be theme loaded stat, and here the theme data will comes according to the, we will pass the app theme data, and as this is the map, so on the specific event name we are going to select the theme, and when this is emitted, so this will simply pass the theme data of that specific name to our theme data of material app here. So the theme will be changed on this theme loaded stat. Now also put the assertion operator in here, and that was it, a simple event which will emit the stat in the stream, and this is going to accept the theme on the specific name, which will be selected when we click each button in here. So we have successfully implemented the stat and the event and the BLoC. Now let's go and utilize them in the UI. So now in the main.dart, first of all we need to provide that BLoC. So copy this BLoC, we have already provided so many, paste it in here, and this is going to be theme BLoC. So we have successfully provided the theme BLoC, so it means this will be available to all the discontinued widgets down the tree. Now in here, what we will do, first of all, leave everything as it is and go to the theme preferences page, and in here the color blue will not be the blue color. So to access the specific theme color, we will do app theme data. On the specific selected theme, we will get the primary color for the button, and also put the assertion operator in here. That's it. Now Ctrl S to hot reload, and let's go to the settings again. So we got the colors of the button according to the primary color of the specific theme coming from the list. So that's it, we have got the color. And now next, here in the style of the text, we will do the app theme data on the selected theme, the text theme on the body medium. Now after this, we got some styling for the text, Ctrl S to hot reload, and we got some simple colors for the text inside the button, and also some body medium styling for this text. So that's it. Now when we click this, nothing will happen just because we have not yet put the any gesture detector or any inkwell on that. So for now this will not work. So to make it work, here we will wrap this container with the widget that will be the widget of gesture detector, and after this the property of on tap when the container or a button is clicked. So what we will do, BLoC provider of context of theme BLoC. So in the context we already have theme BLoC as we have provided here in the main. So this is available to all the discontinued widgets coming down the tree. So we have this BLoC theme in the context of this theme preference page, as this come in the child tree of the material app. So in this context we have the theme BLoC as we have provided. Now from this we will add the event that will be our event of change theme event, which accepts the specific name, and that will be the selected theme string name. So now when this theme or this change event is called, so this will give us the specific theme name, or to simply select this and where it is specified and change its name to. On the specific selected theme name we will do everything. So now when we click the container, so simply this will pass the theme name to the event, and consequently in the BLoC the theme name from the event comes to the loaded state of the theme loaded, and according to that this will simply change our theme on the theme loaded state. Now for this loaded state of theme we also need one BLoC provider to listen the stream of states to reflect the changes on the UI. So now after this done here, by passing the event in here on the main.dart here, we will wrap the material app with the widget that will be the BLoC builder widget of theme BLoC and theme stat. And now in the builder we pass the context and stat. Now here we will check if the stat is theme loaded. So what we will do, in the body we will return this app theme, remove one return from here, and otherwise there we will return a simple center child circular progress indicator if no stat is emitted. And here the theme data will not be blue, but the theme data will come from the stat.theme data. So each time when the event is triggered in the theme preferences page, so here it got the name of the specific theme from here coming from the list, and this passed the specific name to the loaded stat, and this loaded stat tag the theme on that specific key in the map here. So any button that is clicked with the name, it will got the name of theme, and on that specific name as a key this will give us the theme data. And in this BLoC builder, when this listen to change, this will simply pass the theme data on the specific name in here, and there you go, our theme is changed. So after this, simply hot restart your application to see the changes of our application that we have made. So we got the circular progress indicator in here. That is because none of the stat is emitted, and the stat is in the BLoC this initial stat, and here that is why we got the circular progress indicator, just because no stat is here emitted. So if no stat is emitted, for now instead of doing this we can also do this for some time, and for by default here we can take the theme data manually and the primary switch of colors blue, or if we not specify the theme data, this will also work the same. Now after this, simply hot restart your application. So now none of the stat is emitted, so we got the simple material app with the default theme data. Now if we go to the settings and we have these themes, now go to the preferences page. Also when we click any of this button, simply this event will trigger. This will pass the name to the BLoC, and this will emit the stat on that specific name of the theme from the app theme data map inside the theme preferences library here. Now when I click this dark theme, you can see the theme switch, and now from the theme preferences page here it passes the name of the theme dark to the BLoC stat, and here it got the theme dark, and in the app theme data it got the dark theme of the theme data, and here in the stat it is emitted, and we got the theme loaded stat emitted with the dark theme. Now the same will be for the others. When you click this deep orange, we got this, and the deep purple just like this. Now here is one problem. When we select this dark and when we hot restart the application, and now we are supposed to get the dark theme again, but we will not get the theme, and we will get same default theme blue that is here when the no stat is emitted. That is because we are not persisting our theme somewhere. So that's where our share preference package will come into play that we have added in the pubspec.yaml file initially when we start this section. So we have done our switch themes in our simple Flutter application. The only one thing that is remaining, that is to persist their specific theme that we selected. So now let's also do this. Go to the main.dart, and from here now we will decide to go to some directory and start working on this persistent theme. So first of all, to persist our theme in the persistent storage of the device, here in the local directory, first of all we are going to have one directory or the dart file. Its name will be shared preferences, and inside this we are going to have one class and its name will be shared prev, and inside this we are going to have two methods. One to set data in the persistent storage of the device each time the theme is selected, and the one will be to get or retrieve that theme anytime the app is started. So one method will be called when we switch between the themes, and the other method will be called when we restart or hot restart the application to retrieve that theme. So here we are going to have two feature methods. So we got these two methods inside the sharepref class. First is feature void and the second one is feature string, as this will give us a string when this is called, as we are storing also the string or the name of the theme in the persistent storage of the device. And this set theme ID accepts the value that will be the theme string value that will be stored in the persistent storage of the device. So inside this, first of all we will do take the instance of the shared preferences and make sure you have imported the package, and after this in the set theme ID method we will do shared preferences dot set string on the app theme ID set the value. So in the shared preferences, what we are simply doing in the key and value pairs, we are simply storing the values on the specific key, and on that specific key we are back retrieving that values that we have set it on that specific key. So here in the set theme ID method, when this is called on this specific app theme ID key, this will store the name of our key, and later on if we restart or hot start the application we will call this get ID method in here. So simply on that specific key that will retrieve that value that is stored in the persistent storage of the device. So that was it for the set theme ID method on the app theme ID that will store that value. When we call this method, here will comes our theme name, and for the get theme ID we will do the same shared preferences instance, and here we are returning from the shared preferences get the string this time, and on that app theme ID simply get that value that is stored in the persistent storage of the device. And that's it for these two methods. One is for setting, the other is for getting or retrieving the value on the specific key. As we have read in here, the Flutter plugin for reading and writing simple key and value pairs and wraps NS user defaults on iOS and share preferences on the Android. So in the key and value pairs we are storing our theme name, and later on the specific key we are retrieving it in this get theme ID method. So that was it for the shared preferences class. Now next go to the stat, and here just like this one we are going to have one more stat that will be of persistent theme loaded. The one is theme loaded and the other is persistent theme loaded, and when this stat is emitted this will give us the string name, as we are setting the name of the theme in the persistent storage. So anytime this persistent theme is loaded, so on the specific name we will switch between the themes and will retrieve that specific theme on the name from the app theme data map inside the theme preferences library here, that map variable. So that will be our preserve or persistent theme loaded stat, and that's it for the stat. Now go to the event class. Now here we are going to have the two events for this. These events will be get the preserved theme event and the get preserved theme loaded. The one will be for just calling the get method of the theme ID, this method here on that app theme ID key that will retrieve the theme in this first event, and the second event will simply emit the loaded stat and will pass that specific theme that's gotten from this get theme ID method, same as we have done while we are retrieving the users from Cloud File Store in the stream. So here we are getting the name from the future method. So this will simply get that name, and this event will emit the loaded stat to update the UI. So these will be our two events in place. We got stat, we got the event, we also got these methods get, set and get, and in the BLoC. Now first of all, when this change theme event is triggered, what we will do in here, when you switch between the themes in here, we will do shared pref, our class of shared preferences library, and we simply call the set theme ID from this, and we store the value as our event name that is selected when this change theme event is called. Like when we click any of this button, like let's say I click this dark theme, so this dark theme name will be stored in the persistent storage of the device, and also our theme will be changed. So in this method we have stored our name of the theme in the persistent storage, and we also have changed the theme by emitting the stat of the theme loaded. Now next we are going to have two more events to play with the preserve stat in the persistent storage of the device. So we are going to have the get preserve theme event, which accepts the event and emit, and inside the body we are doing share preferences dot get the theme ID, and in then method it gives us the string, meaning that the value on that specific key in here on that app theme ID key give us that value. So this get preserve theme event will simply give us that value, and here we will simply call the get preserve theme loaded event and will pass the value inside. And now after this, let's also implement the get preserve theme load event. This will be just like this. When this event is triggered by this get preserve theme event, simply this will pass that value in the preserve theme loaded stat and will emit that loaded stat and will reflect the changes on the UI and will give us that preserve or the persistent theme in the persistent storage of the device. So now let's take a quick recap. What we are doing, we have these two methods of set and get to set the theme string on the specific key and simply to retrieve it. In the stat we have the preserve theme loaded, and when this is loaded we are simply getting the name as we are also setting the only string in here. So that's why when the stat is loaded, so we will still load the stat with the string name value, meaning that the theme name that is stored in the persistent storage of the device. And now in the event we are going to have the two events, one for getting the preserve theme event and the other for get preserve theme load to emit the load stat of the preserve theme loaded. And in the BLoC we have done in here, when this change theme event is called, simply store the theme name in the persistent storage, and when this get theme event is called, simply get this theme on that specific name and emit this preserve theme load stat. And there you go. When we hot start the application, we will get that preserved theme or persistent theme from the persistent storage of the device. And now we will look for some way to also listen to this preserved theme loaded stat to also reflect these changes on the UI when the application is hot start. So that was it for the BLoC of the persistent or the preserved theme also. Now let's go in the main.dart, and here when this theme BLoC is called, initially when this is called we will add an event that will be the event of get preserve theme event. If there is some preserve event, so simply this will get this preserve event, and then this event will also trigger one more event that is the get preserve theme loaded event to emit the load stat of the get preserve theme. So initially when we hot start the application, we will also give a call to this get preserve theme event, so that if there is some theme on name in the persistent storage of the device, it will simply retrieve it. And also in here we are checking if the theme is loaded, do this, and let's copy this and paste it one more time. We will do if the theme stat is preserve theme loaded. So in the stat, what we will do, we will call the switch theme on that specific name that is in the persistent storage of the device, and the switch theme will be a method So let's create also this method. So we got this switch theme method in here. That's really simple. It accepts the string name, and on that specific name we are switching. If the theme preference is theme light, if it was the light theme in the persistent storage, simply return the theme data with the light theme, and if there is the dark theme in the persistent storage, simply return the theme data with the dark theme. And also for the other two, and this, if none of this is matched, simply return the default theme data with the blue color, and the switch theme is returning the theme data. So here we pass the switch theme on the specific name. If any specific name is matched, so simply this will give us the theme data on that specific name of the theme coming from the persistent storage. So that will be for the preserved theme loaded if there is some theme in the preserve or the persistent storage of the device. Now after this, simply how to start your application to save the changes. So initially we have this simple blue theme selected. When we go to the settings preferences and we select this dark theme, and again this BLoC method is called, and here it stores the name of this theme in the persistent storage. Now if we how to start our application, our app still has the black theme. That is because when we call this event of change theme event, it stores the name of this, and when we how to start this application, it initially directly call this get preserve theme event, and in this event we simply call the get method, and on that specific app theme ID we got the value that is stored in the persistent storage, and simply then we emit this stat in the get preserve theme loaded event, and we got this dark theme from our persistent storage that is selected before starting the application. And you can see we got the persistent deep orange theme also, and in your case this can be any theme that is selected and persistent in the persistent storage of the device. So that's how you can switch between themes in your Flutter application, and also with this, that's how you can persist a theme in the persistent storage of the device. It can be Android, iOS. So that was it for this section of switching themes and also persisting theme, and also we have done this with BLoC to separate the business logic from the UI code. So that's it for this section, and now see you in the next section of this week 2.